Hello everyone. Today our group will present the data analysis on the data we got from the survey on hours of YouTube people watch a day. To begin with, we divided the variable into two types. First is quantitative, consisting of hours of free time and number of devices. And second is qualitative, which is choices of content for multinomial and having YouTube Premium for binomial. To recap from our last presentation, we got the conclusion that having YouTube Premium did not have significant effects on the numbers of hours watching YouTube. And the other one is that the number of devices using to watch YouTube does not affect the hours of watching YouTube at 5% significant level.
And for another conclusion, there are no significant differences in the number of hours people watch YouTube a day between their favorite choices of content at 5% level. And for the last one, hours of free time actually have an effect on the hours of YouTube video watching. And to be more specific, people with more than 8 hours of free time watch more YouTube video than those with 1 to 4 hours of free time. And people with more than 8 hours of free time also watch more YouTube video than those with 5 to 8 hours of free time. This is the original data that we use. Free time and devices are our numerical variables. For binomial, not having YouTube Premium is our baseline. And for the multinomial, which are the choices of content, we use other content as the baseline.
So we made some scatter plot using our numerical variables and y, which is the time spent watching YouTube. This is hours of free time and y. And this is the number of devices and y. As you can see from the trend line, both shows an upward trend, meaning that people with more free time and more devices are likely to watch YouTube longer. And after that, we tried adding and removing some variables, and we came to the final model.
And this is the data after we did backward selection.
As you can see that our R-squared from the regression is equal to 0.362, which is considered as low R-squared. This is because we decided to have less variables to clearly understand how each X variable affects Y, instead of having good fit. We can see that the F value is greater than the critical F value, so the final model is significant. And here is the best fit line equation, which is in yellow.
Okay, for our equation interpretation, with all the X variable being 0, the expected time spent on YouTube is 8.593 hours. For every additional hour of free time, hours of YouTube watching will decrease by 2.898 hours. People who have YouTube Premium will watch YouTube 6.510 hours more than people who don't. And lastly, watching education content takes 4.843 hours shorter than the other content.
And this is our final model residual plot. The residuals seem randomly scattered, and there are 3 outliers. As you can see, our X variables are not strongly related to each other. Therefore, multi-collinearity issue will only slightly affect our data. And that's brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.